Salutations, Gooners. It's HWJMac,
It's Lucas.com, and we're here with.
Big old Robbie.
and y'all tuned in to the Booty Bump Boys Show.
Okay, we're gonna start off, with some. You're our expert on food here, So we're gonna talk about your favorite food spots in Austin.
All right.
Give us a rundown, at least, say maybe top 5%.
But we're talking for food or just to go and have a good time.
Let's get a
Should
top
we
five.
do
We'll get a
fast food or a restaurant?
just whatever the best food that you can get here in Austin. Give us the top 5.
Sure.
I think it's called Black's Barbecue. I don't really remember the name, but somewhere near downtown. I went there once with my family. I go to the holidays. They had some really good barbecue. I recommend that. There's this other spot down in East Austin. It's a Mexican snack shop. You go there, get yourself a gas bro. A good mangonada, bro, from there. Bro, they said it'll bring your mood up 10%.
Mamponada, what is that?
A mangonada is a frozen mango slushy, mango chugs mixed with chamoy, lemon, tahini, whatever you want.
I've seen those on TikTok. They have the chamoy on the straw and stuff. Okay.
It has the paletas with the chamoy sticks.
Yeah,
they got that on it.
Got you.
Bro, not gonna lie, another good barbecue spot. Shout out Julian Lopez, Salt Lick. Y'all go there, bro. They got some good ass pork ribs. They got good brisket. Right next to Del Diamond. Damn. Right next to Del Diamond, and maybe if they're in season, you can go catch a game.
There's been a bunch of occasions where y'all would eat Julian's barbecue in Flex a lot of times, or after practice. I've seen. I've never got to try it myself. But
you gave me a little piece of sausage.
Another good spot. Hey, Tumble 22.
Overrated.
I recently started going to Tumble 22 with my pops. They got some good flavors.
Overrated.
2021. I will say the spice levels. I don't like the seasoning or the way they flavor it based off the pepper. I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my only criticism for
the second. It sacrifices the flavor in exchange for it being
hot. Yeah. So for me, I'll usually get I think it's called just the jalapeno or the habanero. I'll just get that because anything spicier, it's really more about the spice and not really the flavor.
That's real. I hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and give my top 5 in the Austin area. Okay. Number 1, you go to Gus's Fried Chicken.
Gus's Fried Chicken is actually fire.
Gus's is so good.
Because when we went, what was it, Ari's birthday party?
He wasn't there.
Okay. He wasn't there? Bro, they had Gus's Fried Chicken?
I was probably on house arrest back then.
Oh, because your ACL tear, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, the ACL tear.
ACL tear.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
But, hey. Gus's Fried Chicken, though, fire.
I'm going to get the white bread. You put a tender in there, mac and cheese, bird dog. Delicious. Number 2, it's this one taco place. I forgot, or Mexican place. I forgot what it's called, but it's in a house. It's built on a house, and the restaurant's in there. The backyard is where you eat. You eat throughout the house in rooms. It's it's really good. It's a real vibe. I had both of them in the same night one time.
Oh, hold on.
Big backyard.
It's not really in Austin, but it's this little taco shop down in San Antonio. Every time I go for a trip or whatnot to just see family down there, we always go. It's got Taquitos West. Oh my gosh. Go there, order some tacos de pastor. That is gas.
Okay. First time I'm really hearing his Mexican accent for real. Must say. He really I like.
Now, you could really mistake him for a fat Filipino baby. I was about to crash out.
Alright. Sure, are you still giving me your tops? Or?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna continue.
You on 3 on right now, I'm guessing.
I only have what I just said.
Gus's? Yeah.
You see that taco spot?
Yeah, the taco spot's number 2.
Yeah,
I like. What else do I like? Via 313. It's right by Tumble 22.
Oh,
it's Detroit style pizza.
I've seen it.
They're so filling, and I just, if I want pizza, I'll go there.
I'm hearing it.
So I realized I only named 3. My other top 2 is this K-pop place. I literally think it's just called K-pop. Bro, for $30-$40, you can go get all you eat, seafood, whatever. Bring it with you. They got pho noodles I got like I think I got like a really I forgot what I ordered, but it was a spicy oil with pho noodles and like I was I just kept ordering it had like lobster dumplings. Those were gas. And
Mm,
then another spot, it's called Eurasia. It's up in Cedar Park near the cinema. It's a
mm,
ramen spot with sushi. I went there once. Oh, I mean, I went there once with my ex. We spent like maybe 120 on just ramen and sushi by itself. But I promise you, like the price is really worth it because like it's really gas.
I'm gonna go my number
mm.
4. There's this BDS spot right by where I live. It's well, it's not just BDS. It's all Mexican food, but they're really nice.
Video
De
tacos is the
horchata,
best,
de
bro.
soda, de whatever you need. And the thing is, in their machine, I think the way that their syrup is made, it's like it has the taste of like halftime Powerade.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? The sugary kind.
yeah.
And so like that, and then I get a combo. It's like $15 for like 3 quesadillas, and you can't really. Those are only mom and pop, no
Yeah.
fast food or chain
Mm,
places making those. So
sure.
it's a fairly good price for a
Sounds
mom and
good.
pop. And then number 5,
Mm,
it's here and there, but I'll say Tumble 22 as well because I rocked with them for years.
mm.
I try to pick up my spice level recently, and I just didn't like the taste.
I hear
I
you.
can handle it. Like,
I hear you.
Jermichael, what are you thinking? We need a different perspective. We're getting a different perspective. Clearly, we like Mexican food.
Yeah. I mean, I like Mexican food too. Personally, I don't really go to restaurants for it. I get mine home cooked. You know, really, I'm probably gonna go a different route with this one. Chili's, usually. You know, I don't really go to nothing like no crazy. The next
Okay,
topic.
Rob, you mentioned an ex. You know, he's also had an ex. I don't have as much experience with this, but
Yeah.
you've handled a toxic relationship. How would you advise our viewers at home
Or what helped you through it?
what you go through?
So I was in a toxic relationship for about a year, and it's still kind of on and off. It's really weird.
Very.
But to everyone out there, listen to my advice. I don't listen to my own advice because I'm stupid and
At
whatever.
times.
But like for everyone else out there listening, y'all should take my advice. The moment you feel like yourself, like where you feel like you're being neglected and like you just feel like you're doing a lot and the other person isn't, don't immediately think break up with them because you feel one sided. Relationships will never be everyone is always equal because some days you're gonna be at your best and they won't.
Yeah.
But you gotta make sure to get like no matter like how you're feeling, just make sure you give them the best you got no matter what. 'Cause
Yeah.
that the small stuff really adds up and can lead to less arguments and stuff. Man, I was getting into arguments for holding the door open for people. Like that's not something you want to be a
Crazy.
part of, and that's something girls shouldn't be getting mad at dudes for because they're with them for that reason because they're a gentleman because that's how their mom raised them.
Yeah.
So like you shouldn't be getting in trouble with your girl because you're doing the stuff you were raised to do since you were a child.
Or just being polite to
Bro,
people.
in general, like bro, like I would get like I would just get put in like really bad situations because I was like, well, first off, it was my first relationship, so I had no experience. I knew nothing at all. Like I just kind of was thrown in there, and like she at the same time didn't really have this best like history with her exes. Like she went through her own shit with them, so like I was kind of in there like trying to help and heal her. I just ended up getting hurt myself, and
Mm,
like I just tell people
that's
like,
rough.
you should never tell yourself in a relationship that you need to stop caring as much for someone or you need to stop showing as much like attention or love because like that's
Yeah.
not what you want.
I mean, my biggest thing taken from toxic relationships is just a draining part. To be honest, like when you go through so much in a relationship, like it's just not a good feeling. Just being drained mentally and physically. And
Yeah.
personally, for me, that should have been like my cue to leave once I felt drained. But it's like when you're drained, you got so many things going at you at once. It's like you can't focus on certain things. Like I remember one year, sophomore year spring ball, I literally couldn't focus on anything football related because so many other stuff going on outside of that. And it's just like you don't want to be in that constant spiral of just trying to get things in order and get things in check. Because at the end of the day, it's out of your hands. They're gonna do what they do.
Yeah.
Long relationship, long distance or not long distance, they're gonna do what they do. So the thing is with that, you just gotta know yourself. You gotta really love yourself. Like you gotta love yourself before you even get in a relationship, really and truly. Because if you can't love yourself, how you gonna love someone else?
Another thing, I just talked about like what I experienced. Like Jermichael said, it is really draining. Like I would go to practices or I'd wake up and like it'd be immediate arguments and like my day would just be ruined from that point on. Or like I'd be trying to talk to my friends and something would happen and it lead into an argument, or they would think the wrong thing. Like I would just never give it the time to explain myself, and it would just lead to like little things added up and then big ass arguments that cause bigger issues.
That's real.
But the thing that really helped me was my friends, like these two guys, like get out of the house. Don't lock yourself in.
Yeah.
Because if you lock yourself in, you're gonna be left with your own thoughts. And shout out to Sopranos when when the dad goes to the therapist, she says that sharks are like they have this disease that causes them to be self destructive. It's very true. When you're left alone with your own thoughts, and like especially at a bad time like that after a breakup, you just start thinking of only negative stuff. Cut out the negative music. Cut out just anything that seems negative. Just cut it all out because it'll make it worse. Surround yourself with people like these two guys, bro. I would go to the locker room every morning, and like I would be bawling my eyes out to him about my feelings because like I had no one else. Like the first day, the actual day of the breakup, me and her walked past each other. We didn't say nothing. Like that's what made me realize like it was actually for real. Like that caused me to hurt. I was holding in tears the whole last class. I walked straight to the buses to get picked up, and I just shout out. I saw my friend shout out Josh Gaden, and like the first thing I did was I pulled his shoulder, like I pulled his backpack, and I just gave him a big hug, and like I broke down into his arms. Like, I couldn't say anything. I had no words. Like I was just crying because like it just hurt. But just surrounding yourself with people that like will always honest with you, like they will call me out on my bullshit if I'm being stupid. They will say like, oh, well, this isn't gonna benefit for me. I need to stop doing it. Like they will call me out. They'll put me in my place because they care for me. They don't want me to get hurt because they've seen how I am when I hurt, and they don't want that for me. Like, just have a good friends. Don't lock yourself in. Spend time with your family. Talk to your family. A lot of people feel like nowadays don't really have a good relationship with their parents.
A lot of times with like technology nowadays too.
Yeah, but a lot of social media gets in the way too. Like it gets bad. There's a lot of stuff also for a relationship to work that you need to cut out. Like don't care for what other people say. There's a lot that can get in the way of it. But the way to heal is honestly just surround yourself with a good group of people. I'm not saying go out all the time, but like
just have fun.
Don't have fun. Like don't just lock yourself up in your room and like thoughts and stuff. Yeah, like if you're gonna lock yourself up in your room and just like I get like wanting to be by yourself sometimes. Yeah. But like play a video game or like look for a new show to watch. Like don't just sit there in like absolute darkness or just your own thoughts. Like, keep something there to distract you. Don't ever turn to drugs or anything like that. That is bad. That stuff does not help. It'll make it worse. I promise you.
Destructive things. I mean, and I think like the biggest thing to take from a breakup is just really just working on yourself.
Yes,
really and truly.
I know I'm talking a lot on this topic, but it's because like I really do understand this topic seriously.
That's probably like your hardest like phase of high school.
You gotta really work on improving yourself.
For sure.
Your mental, your looks.
We were just talking about
badges. Yeah. You get braids badge, haircut badge. Tat badge, and that moves us to our next topic.
Hold on. I'm not done.
You are done with how many minutes have we been on this? We're moving on.
One last thing. Give your life to God.
Yeah, sure.
100%. Sure. I was lost when I was broken up with that girl. I felt like I had no purpose. I wanted to give up. But I found a way.
You'll get baptized. You'll feel good as well.
See, people believe that too. I haven't been baptized, but I still believe I'm on the same level as them as well. Because like I found God myself. No one persuaded me to go turn to Christ. No one did any of that. I went searching for Him myself, and it has changed my life drastically. Give your life to God, and everything will change, and it will be for the better.
100%. I respect that, bro.
So, I drew this for you. What does that mean to you? That's an
act,
right? So if I did this, like, what would you say?
That's a tat,
right? What if I had two of them?
Two tats?
No. Like how else could you say that?
Tatted? Tattooed?
Speaking of tattoos, let's talk about this dumbass shit.
Tatted up.
What does it mean? Like, what's the meaning behind it, bro?
So here's your chance to explain yourself. All the podcasts, all of our friends are gonna see it. A lot of people are gonna see this. Explain what that dumbass shit means.
He gonna put a picture of it on the screen.
Grandpa.
So
Grandpa, what the hell's on your body?
I got this tatted.
I think you should flip it.
You can't really see it, as much like that. It's more like it looks better in person. But so I originally saw the symbol in the anime called Berserk. It has like a really dark meaning. I know it sounds corny, but in the anime, it has a dark meaning. It means like you're a devil sacrifice and whatnot. It's not what I got it for, because obviously I wear the cross around my neck. I do things. Everything I do is for Jesus. So the reason why I got it is because I did my research on the symbol and I found out that it actually just means like no matter what tough shit, like rough shit you're going through in your life, like at the end of the day, just keep pushing through because you will get past it and like you will be way better from it because everything in life is a lesson, and that's why I got it tatted on me because like the last topic we were talking about, the breakup, that whole process was a lesson for me. I learned new shit to be better, to be a better person, not just for that person, but for my friends, for myself, and like the people around me. Because like at the end of the day, my goal is to just leave a positive impact on anyone I meet.
That's real. That's real. So like in like 40 years when your grandkids Google that dumbass shit, like literally, oh, so you fuck with Satan?
And I'm gonna tell them,
oh, it was from my dumbass anime. And then you gonna give them that heartfelt speech.
Yes.
So
and like this not even gonna be the only tattoo I have.
It's a dual-edged sword. Maybe it won't be as noticeable.
Hopefully, it probably won't. I'm probably gonna have a whole sleeve anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be tatted up by that time.
Yeah, you might as well just start calling it a web shooter. But
Hey, feature.
Hey, I do fuck with Spider-Man, so it might work too.
Hey, what about as far as feature tats? Are y'all planning on getting any feature tats? Like any more tats?
Matter of fact, yes. Over the break,
Chipotle bag right here.
Over the break, I'm planning to get a rosary tatted on my hand, like with all the beads, like a bracelet style, and then the cross like right here.
It was my idea first.
No, it wasn't. I sent it to the group chat like way before the Thanksgiving break. I found it on like the day of Thanksgiving. Sent it to my parents. I have the date. I'm gonna pull it up. Matter of fact, because Jamaica want to be a bullshitter.
It was my idea first. I found it on Pinterest. Then I was like, nah.
You on Pinterest?
Huh?
Okay, white woman. Okay. Just while he's looking at the tats I'm looking for.
I'm probably not gonna get tatted.
Thursday, November 28th at 11:44 a.m. I sent it to my parents. The exact same tat. I'll probably send it to Lucas so he can show y'all. Probably won't. Okay. But the tatted up route is I'm gonna get the hand on the tat, and I'm gonna get the thorn cross that they put on Jesus. The thorn crown that they put on Jesus.
Oh, I think you're talking about on his head.
No, not on my head. I will never get anything on my face or my neck. I'm gonna get it tatted on my bicep because I know everyone gets like just a straight black band. That means like strength or whatnot. But I just want to get for Jesus, and then I'm gonna get another nerdy ass anime tattoo on my shoulder and then have the angle.
He's doing this for the Drix, by the way.
I'm not doing this for the Drix.
I'm doing it for myself. I'm doing
Speaking of the Drix,
Captain America shield somewhere on my body, and then
that's weird.
My family name or something.
The Captain America shield. That was you wore those gloves your freshman year.
Yeah.
For your grandmother, huh?
It was for my cousin. Right? 82 was for my grandmother. But, speaking of football.
Right.
Let's move toward that.
I'm really happy that he said something about the Drix. Actually, because
you said
it. The Hendrix actually, you was committed to, right?
Yeah, you were committed to Hendrix College
for about a month.
I think we got first scoop on the VHS camera of your commitment. I think we got a scoop for the people right here.
All right. So yes, I did verbally commit to the Hendrix. But I signed no letter of intent to actually go there. I just said by my word that I will be attending that school.
In the fall of 2025.
In the fall of 2025.
Yes. But the changed plans. I got into the college that was my first plan anyways. And that's just where I'm going to go. And that is the Texas State. Go Bobcats.
You heard it here first, folks. Roberto Reyes has decommitted from Hendrix College.
Verbally.
To go drink at Texas State University.
Alcohol tastes like ass. I do not like alcohol.
We're nooping, I guess.
We're nooping. But I just want to talk about, you tore your ACL, but you've been in this program as a varsity player for 3 years, and we've all been for 4 years football players for McNeil. What are your favorite stories from the traditions we have? Anything.
All right. Man. Boot camp.
Oh
my gosh.
Sally. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Sally, battle ball, 300 shuttle. Man, I got so many
40s
stories.
At the end of every conditioning.
First off, I just want to say football is an amazing sport. It's not just a sport. It teaches you life lessons that mold you into who you are. It molded me to who I am to this day. So I'm very grateful for it. But my favorite stories would be, damn, because I have so many. I'd probably say one is definitely last year when we beat Cedar Ridge, some like big blowout to nothing.
Cedar Ridge K, back to back.
Hadn't been
We made the
McNeil
playoffs.
hadn't made the playoffs in like the last 20 years, whatnot. And last year was our first year to do it. And I was thankful to be a part of that squad that did it. All those seniors that were part of that team, I love them all to death. I hope they're all doing well. You know, a couple of them are playing in college. You know, Judson Cook, he's at Sol Ross. You got Cameron Green, who was at Navarro. He just entered the transfer portal, got his first D1 offer. And then you got Dayron Calhoun. He's also in the transfer portal. He's looking for a home. I mean, those guys are the dogs. Those guys, you know, when you talk about people who really were dedicated to the game, those guys were dedicated to it. But
like wake up in the morning, eat, sleep, and breathe. Like, really,
man, yeah, I mean, I'm talking about. I'm over here waking up at 5 to get to practice at 6. I'm in the meetings like 20 minutes before.
It's a real committed
It's
player.
real dedication.
You know,
I'm gonna say like last year was really something. You know, as far as our program, you know, program wise. So last year was really a really big like turning point for us. You know, we went from literally the previous year when going 2-8, then win no district games to second round of playoffs. You know, and throughout all that, that's all just straight hard work and dedication. You know, that's like all the gases you run in the off season, all the weights you lift in the off season, everything you do in between the lines, everything you do between the four lines is all for that moment.
you know, I feel like a lot of the stuff that we did throughout our 4 years just really made us more close as a brotherhood. You know,
Really,
I just want to quickly run through some of the traditions that we do. Boot camp is the funniest thing ever. Okay, let me explain boot camp to the viewers at home. You get there.
Yep.
You have to make the locker room spotless, or
Clean.
else
We talking like no dust particles, nothing.
no dust, no turf, no cleats. You have
nothing.
to have clothes, helmet, or however you set up your locker. It has to be perfect,
Folded towels, clothes, all that.
right? And so they at exactly 9. You get up, and can you demonstrate attention for the people at home?
So
I got you.
we'll be so like say let's say for example, right? You be the coach, right? Me and Rob just sitting down, we just talking, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We just talking, and then you'll be the coach, you blow the whistle, and then we stand up. And they would like come in there and they like
Oh my gosh, there you go.
they'll come in there and like look us dead in the eyes, bro.
I remember my funny story. Funniest moment of boot camp. Coach Hermes, the head coach, walks in front of me to my locker. He's just staring me in my eyes. And I am genuinely like, I'm always smiling, especially like when I feel like nervous, because like it makes me not think about being nervous. So I just start grinning in front of him. And he's just like, "You got some really nice white teeth, Reyes." It was like, "Yes, sir, I tried my best." And then he was talking about the toothpaste I had like barely sticking out. And he didn't give us any push-ups. But man, that was scary. Just Coach Hermes right in my face. I'm over here just like grinning. Like it was the most unserious thing ever.
Man.
Yeah, I just, you know, you get up, you line up like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're going around.
And I mean like coaches being there, like you got the serious coaches like Coach Venera. Coach Venera was serious all the time. He didn't really do nothing.
They're sitting there yelling at JV because one of them had a bowl of food.
Man.
And then we all start laughing. They're like, "Oh, y'all think something's funny? Push-ups."
What about the Uncrustable rapper, bro?
Oh my gosh.
Y'all like Uncrustables? Push-ups.
Bro, I'm like, bro, this
Right.
is not funny. Bro, this is not.
It takes 10 minutes to get out of the locker room, first of all. We take a little bit we get there. Varsity, you're dismissed. Sprint out from the locker room to the hallway. Everyone is planking on the floor.
Mind you, there's people that's in school
Yeah.
watching this happening.
Yes. So someone's like this, someone's like this, someone's like this, someone's like this.
Head
Like
to toe,
head to
across
toe,
the hallway.
across the hallway. Until everyone lines up. I'm waiting on my teammates, sir.
Yelling.
I'm waiting on my teammates, sir. I'm waiting on my teammates, sir.
And then he'll blow the whistle, right? And then he'll start talking, and he'll go. We had 3 groups: it's Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie. He'll just
Alpha was more varsity skill players.
Yeah.
Bravo, varsity linemen, and
and
Charlie
backers.
was like, kind of more of a JV group, right?
Yeah.
Sophomore year, Jermichael's group leader of Charlie. We become the best group. He turns us all the way around. We basically get done first.
Yeah.
of the jump rope. So you do jump rope, and then you do
Mat room.
a
Mat drills.
thing.
Y'all should know what mat drills.
Mat drills. You're doing a bunch of mat drills. You're high. You're yelling the whole time.
Tired,
You dive.
sweaty,
You're
everything.
yelling.
Hey, what you know about we are the Mavericks, the
Mighty,
mighty
mighty
Mavericks?
I know
Just
you-
chanting that.
Everyone's screaming the whole
Chant.
time.
Who on top? Charlie. We got who's got my back.
And then by the time you get to the weight room, nobody has any energy.
It's tiring,
It's
but that's
dead.
when the mental toughness really kicks in though. Like in those moments, that's when the fourth quarter comes. Speaking of fourth quarter, you led us during one of our fourth quarters, didn't you?
What do you mean?
You know, when we would be in the mat room, we have fourth quarter and we had to do it on the teammates' cadence, not the coaches. It'd be on the teammates to get it right.
I just want to add. I loved the way that people would dive in the mat room,
Man,
especially Aiden Cruz dove so hard during boot camp to impress the coaches that he tore his ACL.
man. No, he tore his ACL during fourth quarter. We was doing up downs and he like
No.
Oh, that's when
He like
that's when it happened.
dislocated his knee jumping to get an up down.
Hey, boot camp.
Hey,
People.
took
We're
some
boys
soul.
to come in.
Hey, for real, boot camp it sucks. No one likes to do it,
But it's so
when
funny.
you complete it, you just get that feeling of like you feel so proud of yourself. You feel proud of everyone on the team. Like even the people you did it that you fuck with or like you like you're looking at them with like this big ass grin on your face because like you know that they all went through the same shit you did. They all got through it as with you.
And that's the times that brings us closer together as brothers. That's what really bonds the team.
And then also like the competitive aspects like battle ball, bone wrestling. I remember
Bone wrestling.
the bone wrestling between Kane and Patty Prime of bone wrestling was insane.
Kate and Patty during bone wrestling. You know, I have my wins, losses in bone wrestling, mainly wins. Lucas had a couple chances in bone wrestling. I remember they used to just put me up with Jay Ryan a lot.
I won one against I think Jackson Edwards.
Jedwards.
And I lost one because I was talking trash to Jermichael. Apparently Coach Herm has heard me. Because he was today we got Castillo and Jermichael.
I was like, oh snap.
He beat me because
bad.
I lost the rope immediately.
I did him bad.
I had it. No.
Like gorilla shit green, bro.
I went to go get him. I was mad.
But some of the best times of football, I must admit, was definitely off season. Off season was definitely some of the best times. Spring ball. Because I feel like the season's cool, but you don't really get to like bond with your teammates like that because everything's so rapid and everything's like always fast in a hurry. And you got to do all types of stuff. But like when you're in the off season, you get more time to chill and do more things.
Like, in the season, you're always thinking about you gotta beat this team, you gotta beat this guy. Off season, just spring ball, it's literally just only us as a football team competing with only each other, fighting for a spot.
That's what it is. And at the end of the day, it's all love. But at the end of the day, really and truly, the bigger dog is gonna always win. And no matter if coach's favorite or you're the least favorite, the bigger dog is always gonna win. And that's just the way in the aspect of this game. So, you know, you gotta have that competing mindset and really be able to go out there and dominate.
You know, I'm really thankful for football. Just to change the topic again, UT has lost to Georgia 2 times this season. Let's talk about it.
Man, oh man, God is good. I love it, man.
Hey, you know what?
I'm sitting there.
You know what?
It was real good.
I don't really even care
Backup.
because if you look at it, Texas came from a really small and shitty conference, the Big 12. The teams that are still in there are still ass. You got Colorado, they're ass. All the hype on their players. They only got 2 good players, 1 good coach. Still ass. Doesn't
Iowa
matter.
State, at least they won there.
Iowa State. Is this guy for real? Who the fuck lives in Iowa, bro? Like, come on, be for real.
Well, let's just look toward. We see what's going on with UT. Let's look toward the future. We got Isaiah Bond going to the NFL.
Hey, UT is going to take a little bit of a hit. They're going to lose some good players. You know, they're going to the NFL. But that's all right because every college team is like that. You're not going to have a good year every single year. Look at Michigan. They did really good last year, won the national championship. And then
we beat Ohio State this year.
And then UT beat the shit out of them. But UT losing to Georgia. So at the end of the day, like, you're always gonna have like certain battles with college ball.
Yeah, other than Oregon, every team has a team that's better than them.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk. You don't get the mic.
So I'm just saying, you know, UT's been real struggling this season. Is that your response?
I mean, honestly, you can't.
They suck.
No, yeah. Hey, UT did suck against Georgia because Georgia.
Not once, but twice.
Matter of fact,
Even
LSU,
when it was
LSU's not in the playoff. Doesn't they have what a bowl game against a shitty team? Not in the
bowl
play.
game.
That's what I was saying. LSU also.
UT's not making
Hey,
it
LSU's
far
been in the
at
SEC
all.
for a long time. Yeah, they had the good
They
year in
dominated.
2019,
They
and
dominated.
ever since that year, since Joe Burrow left, hasn't been in the championship game, hasn't been in the playoffs, and if they have been in the playoffs, they've lost, and then hasn't had a bowl. They'll have bowl games, but bowl games are just like pity games for like, oh, you did good, you did good enough not to make the playoffs, but you get a little prize at the end of the
I
year.
mean, but like,
But and then look back to the whole Georgia thing. At the same time, Georgia is. I still think Georgia is a better team than Bama. They beat Bama beat Georgia. Look, I don't think they won because they had better players or whatnot. They just won because they got lucky. They caught Georgia on a bad day. Georgia, when they're locked in, and
they came back from that 30 point. They only won by a touchdown.
I'm saying,
So.
if when Georgia is healthy and they're actually locked in, like they will win games. And UT, yeah, people say we had an easy schedule, but that's the thing. The easy schedule teams that we had, we were putting 50 points on them. That's what you're supposed to do with easy teams. It's not like we were barely beating the easy teams.
You did barely beat Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt's in the SEC. SEC is the closest you get to the NFL in college. That's all I gotta say.
I'm just saying.
But
I'm just saying you had a lot of. What would you describe as your best win outside of A&M?
Sacks, by the way, 7 sacks.
Like Michigan was right when you beat them, but that we've seen what that Michigan team turned into.
Jermichael wants to get this backhand. I've told him about this backhand since he first started this podcast. Jermichael is going to get this backhand. You want to talk about sacks? Yes, we did have 7 sacks. We had a backup left tackle who redshirted. He was a redshirt last year, had never played a game. Put him in the SEC championship against a starting defensive end for Georgia. Like, what do you expect? We did not have Tyron Banks. We did not have our starting tackle. What do you want us to do?
That makes a lot
How the
of
game
sense.
goes, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not. There's going to be ups and downs. Like, I got hurt. We had to put a backup in. Backup did bad. The starting defensive end for that school did really good. That's how the game goes. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying that's the reason.
That's the reason, but at the end of the day, there's no excuses in this game, correct? We were just talking about mental toughness and how you gotta, what were you saying about hard times? You gotta make it through them for the better days.
Exactly, and that's what
And
Texas
they
is going
seem
to do.
to not have did that.
Hey, you know what?
Not once, but twice.
This guy's talking a lot of smack.
Soon
But
to be 3
but if
times.
LSU were to play Texas, everyone has agreed with me that Texas
Yeah.
would beat the shit out of LSU.
Not happening.
Like,
It's
hey,
not
look, I
happening.
give props to LSU. They a good team. They in the SEC. They got good colors. They got good jerseys.
Yep, better
But their
than burnt
coaching
orange.
staff sucks.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the players you get. If you have a shitty coaching staff, you're not gonna make it. Like look at Coach Sarkisian. This is what 30 year with Texas, and they're already back to back in the championship games. They won the Big
Not
12
making it
championship
past the
last
first
year because
round.
they were competing with a bunch of nobodies. They lost it this year. They lost to Georgia. Bro, what do you want to do? Georgia's the big dog of the SEC because it's not Bama. Because Bama lost to what? OU, Tennessee, and who else? Vanderbilt. They lost to those 3 teams. So what do you want to say? Hey, Texas beat Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt beat Bama. You could put it. You could kind of look at it like that. So at the end of the day, I still love the Longhorns. I got that burnt orange blood in me, and I'm proud to be a Longhorn.
How about those Cowboys?
Hey, we don't talk about the Cowboys.
Big games. Texas is not here.
The only big games was those 2 games. So
I mean,
And they
get
couldn't.
that, but like
They couldn't
you know
win
what
for
I'm
neither
saying?
one of them.
I,
Crazy, right?
I don't think Texas is gonna make it very far this playoff.
hey, you
I
know
already know
what?
they're
I
not.
think playoff has a very interesting path to the championship because they have Clemson, and don't get me wrong, yeah, they're in the ACC, which hasn't been a very dominant conference in a while, but
Clemson
they're
dominates
still a
UT.
really good team, and yeah, they are the underdogs. It's gonna be a real test for Texas because Texas was supposed to get that first round bye,
But they
They
didn't.
didn't. He's still talking shit like LSU's in the playoffs. Boise State's in the playoffs.
Bowl game.
They're not. Yes, bowl game. That's
How
a
many
busy
Heisman
game.
winners do y'all have, though?
I mean, all I'm thinking
Okay.
is, it's a Westlake versus Southlake Carroll game. Club Nick versus Ewers. They played each other in high school in the state championship. I saw that earlier.
Club
But
Nick.
Club Nick won in high school.
And
I
he's
think
most
y'all
likely
are
gonna
gonna
win
first
again.
round it. That's what I think.
I
Hey,
hope
he's
they
also a
do.
Michigan fan. Yeah, the only big win against is Ohio State.
And they had a national championship last year. When's the last time y'all had a national
Yeah,
championship?
when was last time Texas won the national?
Hey, when's the last time?
Not
y'all-
been to one.
See,
Won one.
they keep talking about the past. They always
The
stuck in the
past.
past. Oh,
The past.
they're talking about the dynasty, not talking about the big future ahead of the schools. Because
One future.
Michigan,
We're not gonna
hey,
act like- wait,
Michigan
has no
just
future?
had the
Michigan-
craziest
The future
recruitment
leaving the
of
SEC.
the century.
Oh wait, you know
They had the
wait,
biggest
no,
commitment
I'm not
flips
gonna-
ever,
I'm done-
and I
I'm-
give them props
I'm
to
done,
that.
I'm done disagreeing for that. Where did old boy flip from? Actually, where did he come
Yeah.
from?
He did. He did.
LSU
I
couldn't
mean,
even
it.
fucking recruit.
I admit it. I mean, to be honest, I would have flipped too, personally. You know, you got Michigan fans coming to the games and stuff, you know, and they really, really pushing for him to go Michigan, you know, and I would fear for his life if he did go to Michigan. So I got props to him. And he's getting paid 10 mil. 10 mil. Y'all telling me y'all wouldn't flip for 10 mil?
That's only one of the players, though. All the other players that flipped, we don't know if they got deals to flip.
Yeah, they might want to go.
They just might not want to play for that shitty ass team no more, or
I mean,
Apparently we're trash, according to
Because
Roberto
LSU
Reyes.
is trash.
But we also have most well-developed players in the NFL currently.
The only ones I could think of are three. That is Jamar
How's
Chase,
Xavier Worthy doing?
Joe
How
Burrow.
is Adonai Mitchell doing?
Xavier Worthy has one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, and Jermichael's gonna make this
Patrick
goofy ass
Mahomes.
face. But Patrick
Mahomes is one of the
Mahomes
worst
has
teams in the
had his worst season
Malik
yet.
Neighbors is on an average team.
Yeah,
Putting up
the
yards.
NFL is glazing Patrick Mahomes.
We're
The
glazing.
refs rigged their games. They should have lost to the Raiders. They should have lost to. I mean, they lost to the Bills. Thank
I hear
God.
a lot of excuses coming from this guy.
Who else? Who
Remember
else was
talking
it that they
about
like
just
cheated out of a
prospering
win?
through it?
Was it the Bengals?
The block, the doink.
There's so much that the Chiefs got lucky on. They got cheated out of the wins. The right tackle, matter of fact, is always moving before the ball is snapped. He's never called for a false start, but they're calling random shit on the defense. They're calling face. They're not calling holding for the Chiefs O line.
The Chiefs, they do have a, you know, we said this last season too. You know, Baltimore was out there blowing out teams, and the Chiefs are known to win these close games. So that's what you need in the playoffs: the ability to win games when the team's good and you're close.
Yeah, for sure.
UT's not able to do, you know.
I mean, LSU isn't in the playoffs again. He's gonna say bowl game, but once again, like I said, a bowl game is pretty much getting like a trophy for losing.
You know what? Bowl games are awesome. I think that bowl games rule. Okay.
Thank you.
Michigan's playing
I agree.
Alabama just like the Rose Bowl last year.
Yep.
Okay. I respect bowl games. Okay. You
I do
get paid
too.
money to go out and play football.
Mhm.
Respect each other. Travis Hunter's playing in a bowl game. He's gonna be the number one pick.
He sure is.
You need to stop. You need to stop.
Bowl games
I
are
remember winning my
bowl
game,
games are
it'd be a
pity
first round
wins.
exit.
Bowl games are pity wins.
No, we're first round exit last
All
year.
of their
We're first round
wins
exit
this
again.
year
I'm tired
was
of this,
pity wins.
okay?
If you ask me.
Go Michigan. Do you have any words for the people to live or leave their lives by?
Yes. Bible verse, Luke 137. For nothing is impossible without God. Just, everything you do in this life, there's a purpose for it. Everything that happens to you in life is a reason. And for me, tore my ACL first game of the senior season. Didn't let that deter me off my path to success. I kept pushing through it. At the end of the day, man, there's so much shit that we take for granted. Being in this school building with this table and these chairs and these lights, and other countries across this world, they don't have the luxuries that we have. So at the end of the day, when you're thinking about, you're just in your own thoughts, just thank the Lord or thank whoever you got for the stuff that you have, for the clothes you're wearing, the shoes on your feet, the food that you have at home. There's just so much to be grateful for.
That was a beautiful speech, Rob. It's been Lucas.com.
Boy, HWJ man.
And Big ol' Robbie. And Big ol' Robbie.
And we'll be seeing y'all next week for our next episode.
The Booty Bum Boy Show.